My name is Tracey Slater-Payne. I've been with Cigna for 10 years. My mom is a retired Olympic sprinter. She won her first gold medal when she was just 15 years old. Can you imagine that? For those of you who don't know Jessie Oates, she won 4 gold medals in the Berlin Olympics back in 1936. And she didn't want to be an Olympian. Her friends were making fun of her because she was the fastest kid, fastest girl or boy. She didn't want to run. So he saw her and he saw something in her. And so he talked to her and convinced her that you always have to show your greatness. Now, there are a lot of stories I can share about Mom. I could talk about how strong and fierce and brave she was. I could talk about how focused and mature she was to win the gold in the 4x100 meter at 15 and 123 days. She's still in the Guinness Book of World Records. I could talk about keeping a level head when you're being celebrated in several countries where you don't even speak the language or your image is in those papers. When you came back after winning gold, you didn't get that great big contract, making millions of dollars. You just went on back to the United States and you were called that little colored girl. Or I could talk about 1960 when she won her second gold medal in Rome. But I don't want to talk about those things. I want to talk about the resilience that she's always instilled in me about showing your greatness. I want to talk about the 1956 Olympic trials when she was already a star. She's in the Guinness Book of World Records, and now it's time to qualify for the 1956 Olympics. So the papers are there. My mom, she was kind of fly, sassy, still sassy to this day. She had on her shades, and she's posing, and they're taking her picture, and she's posing. They're calling her race. 100 relay, come on. She's out there posing. You know, she gets to the starting block just in time, but she hadn't warmed up because she's too busy posing. So what happens? She doesn't qualify. The resilient person and the diligent person in her said, no, I got to know that I can make this. So she stayed, and she said, I want to run again. They said, you can run as many times as you want, but you did not make the team, so it doesn't matter. She ran again. She won, which means she would have qualified, but that didn't matter because she missed the deadline. So what I learned from all of this is that no matter what's going on in the world, maybe your triumphs, your failures, as long as you keep that eye on the prize, you have it within you, show your greatness, and we can all win the gold. I was always told I couldn't do it. They told me that because we lived in the project, I wasn't supposed to think about being a champion. Many people around me had a feeling of hopelessness, but I always felt like I was rich because my parents were there for me. My mother was a Girl Scout leader, and my father worked hard and was a dedicated parent. They taught me about hope. They said I could do anything I wanted to be if I wanted it bad enough, and I believed them. Barbara Jones Slater, Olympic gold medalist, track